we're not going to bug them. We can just do past, present, and future now and kind of do an observation.
Yeah.
So past, present, and future is basically the horses are going to represent your past self, your present self, and your future self.
Okay.
So kind of take a minute to represent whatever horse with whatever self you'd like.
Okay.
And then just let me know, just so I can keep a mental note.
Okay, I'll do the past what's his name?
The little guy, Zale.
Zale, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Fiji's the Palomino.
Sorry?
Fiji's the Palomino.
Okay, so, and then...
Coral Sky.
Sky is going to be Sky, you said?
Coral Sky.
Coral Sky is going to be present, and then Fiji is future.
Okay, so present, future, and past. Okay. And they're just going to kind of watch them.
Okay.
And we're going to see what they represent in those three selves. Because we're all one human, but we have these different selves that we transition through. Because we've grown from our past. We're in our present, but sometimes we're in our future too. Just kind of seeing. What I'm noticing now is your past self is very busy eating, snooping. Your future self is snoozing. And a little bit agitated, snoozing, adjusting his back feet. And then your present self is just kind of fulfilling her needs. And you can narrate for the client right there, or you can let them do it. It just depends. And you can grab that little square if you want to sit on it, or the stool or anything.
It's totally fine.
Good.
I can have right here.
Okay.
But if I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. And then just see if you notice anything, if anything's coming up from your past, present, or future in the way they're acting or what they're bringing up.
I think in my head, I'm just like, are you stuck to Fiji? I'm like, can you go somewhere?
Yeah, so like you're kind of like, gosh, you're slow, you're stuck, like go somewhere, do something. Yeah. So are you like frustrated with your future that it's not like doing something or?
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, hopefully I'm not stuck in something, you know?
Because what was unique was that you were thinking a lot about your future. That was all your goals. That was everything. That was your obstacle course. So it's interesting that he's kind of like stuck, right?
Yeah.
Because you're all about future lately.
Yeah.
Like you're getting married. You're planning all this fun stuff. Yeah. That's pretty ironic. Whereas your past and your current self are doing something.
Yeah.
I would say your present self is probably the most relaxed. Past self, a bit more busy, searching. More intensity than your present self.
I would say that's accurate.
And so that's sometimes how I'll point it out, like just observing their behavior to kind of see what I notice, just to see if we have trends. Because it's so important to have insight, right? And he gets marked as the past one a lot because he's little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's usually a past guy. Easy for me as a facilitator because I don't ever have to remember what horses or what. So yeah. Now, can you think of anything you wanted to do with your past, present, and future that you would like to go and do with them?
I really want to move Fiji.
Yeah. So you can go in the stall and see if you'd like to move him.
Okay.
Yeah. And because Fiji's already slept a lot today, I'm okay with this because he's had his peaceful time. It's okay if we let a client come in, and I would go in with her if she were a real client. But since she knows horses and stuff, I'm not worried. My clients who know horses, I'm okay with this stuff. With clients who aren't as horse savvy, I would be in there with them just to make sure everything's okay.
Sorry.
So she went in there with a lot of energy, a lot of intense energy than I've seen in her.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Hello.
Hi. So really wanting to move him, really wanting to have that energy.
Hello.
But he's still not budging, even with her assistance and her kind of goal. Still not really budging. He's fidgeting.
I guess he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, he's fidgeting.
Yeah.
He's doing what we call an energetic pee-off in the back hind legs. One leg up and down. Yeah. But no matter how you push your future, it's not wanting to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not wanting to move.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
And your past and your present are still exactly the same, regardless of you working with your future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not moving? We're just going to stay right here? Okay. All right. That's okay. Gotcha. You can move. Yeah. Go out. Go outside. Uh-huh. Yeah. Go outside. Or don't.
And I'm watching to see if he gets more agitated. He's okay right now.
Yeah.
Just watching.
I don't think he wants to move.
She was kind of making eye contact with you a little bit. He turned a little bit towards you.
I know. Well, the butch was my future. I don't want to be stuck. I don't think you want to be stuck either. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're just vibing. That's okay. Look at the outside. That looks so nice. You should go outside. We'll see. I feel like I'm like, you're my future, and then like I'm stuck. If you're stuck.
So now she's looking where he's looking. If this were a normal client, I would pull her out because it's too boxed in right there. Because he could knock her over with his head. But since this is somebody with their own horses, I'm kind of like seeing where it'll go. Yeah, you can come whenever you're ready. I noticed you were kind of looking out there with him for a minute.
Yeah.
So be very careful exiting her stall and stop touching her. Yeah. So in that moment, she wanted to bite. She pulled her. She pulled her head, and she didn't appreciate the way, but she gave you a warning before.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. Is she okay with getting touched there or no?
In that instance, she wasn't.
Oh.
So I would have been right. Yeah. So now you can see how like she could have gotten bit in that situation. Yeah. So that's why you kind of always have to be in their stall with them, and then and it's the horses are going to respond to different people, right?
Yeah.
So certain people can touch her, certain people can't. Your present self got upset though when you moved your present self and tried to exit. That was pretty significant. It didn't like hurt you, but it got kind of upset, and then it tried to warn you, right? Wonder what that was about. No, that's not typical for her. That's why I was like, oh wow, is that her acting as you in your present self? She's pretty passive in general. And they'll act differently when we put them in these roles. That's the thing that's amazing. Like they'll act very differently in these roles. Sal's getting a little itchy, a little fidgety. And it's interesting that your past self is by itself.
Yeah.
And then your future and your present are together very closely. Is there anything you want to say to your past or do to your past?
Well, I think there's been a lot of changes, so that's good. I'm thinking like the separation, like it's just been so different, like from I don't know when I lived in Honduras and then moving to New York and then moving here. So hopefully there is like that like actual barrier between I guess who I was and who I am.
So you kind of want a barrier between who you were and who you are now.
Yeah, I mean not necessarily a barrier, but just there's been a lot of growth. So
well, it's a lot. Honduras, New York to Arizona. I mean, you picked the three most different places in the world.
Totally different.
What do you think drew you to all three of those places?
Well, New York really wasn't my choice. I moved when I was 16. And then here we came for vacation and we just really liked it. We had already been like looking to move out of New York because it's so expensive and everything. And yeah, we just really liked it and we love living here. So we've been here for like 3 years now.
And that's you and your fiance?
Yeah.
Okay. So parents are still in New York?
In Texas.
In Texas, okay.
Yeah.
So you went to New York by yourself or with fiance?
With my mom.
With
actually.
Mom.
Yeah,
because you went when you were 16. And you moved here because you loved it. And then parents moved to Texas.
Yeah.
And you like it here, but you're contemplating like we might move because we don't have family if we want to have kids.
Well, I would like for my mom to move here. I really don't like Texas. So that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I can't really control what she does, right, with her family and stuff, but it would be nice.
I moved my mom here at 70.
Nice.
I told her, I was like, when you're like about 70, you've got to move here because it's like I can't move my practice.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to take care of you at some point.
Right.
So I finally got her to move back here. I was so excited.
That's so good.
So just to convince your mom.
Yeah.
That's how you can self-disclose.
Yeah.
So that was fine. That was safe. Me telling you that, how did that feel with me self-disclosing a little bit about my mom?
Like relatable.
Okay.
You know, where it's like, okay, maybe at some point she will. I think it's not really like her moving. It's just our relationship. Like it was very rocky when we lived in New York, or just the whole time before that. And then she moved out of state, and it took a few years, but it got better. So being like at a distance, I'm like, oh, we needed that distance. I'm like, I really want her to move here, and maybe she would, but I don't push it because I'm like, what if that just ruins everything? So it's not so much like her moving. It's more like that part of it.
So do you see how she opened up so much in this activity? But do you see how I had to add a little bit for her to open up more? I asked you that question because when we are counselors, we can self-disclose a little bit. And I always ask the client, like, because I don't want the session to turn on me, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I was hoping you didn't feel like, oh, you were at, because you can add a little bit and it makes you talk more, right?
Yeah.
Makes you open up.
Yeah.
So that's self-disclosure done in the perfect way. If I had said too much, I'd be like, oh my gosh, let me stop talking about me. I would call myself out.
Yeah.
And then the client's like, oh yeah, you're right. But then they'd be like, wow, we all make mistakes, even in our professional career. That's really humbling, see?
Right.
There's always a way to correct it, always. So just making sure that you're just super present and super yourself. And if you make a mistake, I'm talking too much, right? Yeah, like that kind of stuff. So good.
Yeah.
So that's past, present, and future. You can see how like it's really easy to do. Really easy to kind of have that awareness. It can be amazing. It can not be the greatest invention. It doesn't matter. It's just kind of ways to get like the client started and everything.
Yeah.
Any questions about any of that? We did 3 real fast. And these are faster than I would normally do in a session.
Yeah.
Just to teach.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, I thought that was good. I think also, like, I wonder why you chose each one. Like, what?
You can ask.
Oh. Well, him just because he's little. Yeah. And then I chose her because I don't know, I feel like she looks like she's like all put together and dressed up with all her things. And then she was saying like the future one, he's like younger and like still, you know, doing things. So I feel like sometimes I feel old because I'm gonna be 30 like in a couple of years. I know that's not old, but then I'm like, okay, I probably have still so much to do and so much to learn and like, you know, so
yeah. Anything else you'd be drawn to like ask?
That was the main one. I was like, that could be a good segue into other questions.
That was perfect. And you were self-led in that moment. You were going with your gut what to ask. that's the beauty of the book. You can fall back on, but if you're self-led and you ask in the moment, that's going to be what the client needs, because your system will start to dance back and forth with the client, and you'll know exactly what they need in the moment, and you offer that up.
Yeah. I was like, when we were starting that today, I was like, well, which one would I choose, and what questions would I, like, why did I choose those voices for mine? And so it just led me to questions and self-reflection for me too. So that was really good.
And the beauty of this work is you change as a clinician too. I always tell clients, you help me almost just as much as I help you.
Yeah.
I don't always say it. You help me so much in this field, because I don't like them to think that I helped them. I like them to think that they did all the work, because they do. We're really just a beacon here to help them explore. They do the hard work. We do the easy stuff. So that's the thing about like clinicians, you know, clients are here for us, for our modality, for us to help lead them and guide them through, but they're the expert of themselves. They do all the hard work. We're always on equal playing ground. I'm not the expert at all. I'm just the trained clinician to work with you. You're the expert on yourself. So I really like to put it a lot back to the client. And the horses too, they're the experts of themselves. They know how to keep themselves safe. They know how to keep themselves very regulated. They know when to engage, when not to engage. Obviously, right now, they're like, you guys should be taking your lunch and giving us a break. We didn't give them a long enough break. And I usually